refurbished, and they are starting to use it for weekend entertainment horse races. We have a large helipad coming into view, which was built by the U.S. Engineer Group with a 24th mile to support any contingency should we have to help evacuate the French contingency. The large building in the center is where the headquarters of the French contingency is located at. Now we're going to proceed over to what is referred to as a green line, which divides East and West Beirut. And along this area you can see that it is a fairly crowded city with a massive amount of construction has been there over a number of years. Any damage that you might see at this time can be readily attributed to the Lebanese Civil War, which began in about 1974 and was ongoing up until the invasion by the Israelis in 1982. We're approaching the harbor area at this time, and you can see some destruction as we come in over the harbor area, again due to the Civil War. And as we pass over the harbor area, you'll notice various shipping. It's a small area. It's not what one would consider a large port, and there is an ongoing shipping industry going in as much as possible to bring in cargo and supplies for the Lebanese government. One of the things that you'll notice as we go around the harbor is that there is some destruction within the harbor, in the example of sunken ships which were taken down during the Civil War during the 74 to 82 time frame. Directly below us you'll see one ship followed by a sunken hull where you can see the mast and the top of the stack. As we go on over to the southwestern end of the harbor, you'll see a few ships that are sunken and laid over on their sides. From this point, we're going to proceed on up to the Martyr Square area, which was the beauty of Beirut up until the 60s. This was the damage you see and the destruction here again was Civil War oriented, and they have been trying to rebuild as much as they could. We're passing over Martyr Square area. It has some extremely old architecture. The buildings have been there for 100 plus years in some cases, and the cellars are extensive. We're going to turn up going to the south along the Martyr Square, and shortly you'll be able to see a statue located down in the middle of the picture. This was just a beautiful area by all accounts, and posters that were taken and postcards that were made of this area during the 50s. But the destruction of the Civil War has left it pretty much barren. The Lebanese government have been making extensive steps and a lot of success in cleaning this area out, although it is a hotbed of contention between the Lebanese forces and the Muslim contingency when they decide to have their little battles. As we proceed over to western Beirut, we'll be passing beside the Holiday Inn, which some of you may have heard about. Holiday Inn was just finished construction as the Civil War was breaking out. And here we have a close-in on it. You may be able to start picking up the damage. It was never quite open to the public when the war broke out, and the damage to the Holiday Inn was extensive. You can see the holes in the side of the building. Very little of this damage was incurred from the Israeli invasion, again, primarily due to the Civil War. We're going to proceed from the Holiday Inn up to the former U.S. Embassy, which we all recall was destroyed with a bombing attack on the 19th of April of this year. And as we move up here into position, you'll see the destruction, center section of the embassy, which is now in the middle of your screen. It's been cleaned up quite a bit, and once they get as much of it cleaned as they can, the embassy people indicate that the Lebanese government intend to go ahead and level the building since the structure is no longer sound. You see right in the middle all the area that was blown away with the bomb, which was rolled in with a car directly in the center of the building. We're going to proceed on over and take a shot here of the Lebanese University of American University of Beirut, which is located on the northern end of the city, the northwestern end of the city. And as we go along the coast, we'll also pick up some marine positions right directly below us, which is where the British embassy is located at, and they've been assisting us since our embassy was destroyed. As we go around the western tip of Beirut, see Bain Militaire, which is the Lebanese Army Officers Club, and the amusement park area located in the vicinity of Bain Militaire. We'll also see some extensively beautiful cave work located up in this western end. These caves tie into the tunnels that were located, run the extent of the city, where the PLO made extensive cache of arms, goods, while they were located in Beirut. CH-46, which was engaged in going out to one of the ships, and will pass along the western coast just west of the airfield down to what is referred to as Green Beach. Green Beach is the only area which we're allowed to do amphibious operations. That is, we're able to bring our surface ships in and dock, and we use this area for offloading of personnel and cargo coming out from the ships on the small boats or the mike boats or LCUs. So we come here, starting to pick up Green Beach now on the gear and equipment located here. See, it's a small area, less than 500 meters in length. The causeway that you see here comes off the USS Harlan County, RLST, which is here in support of us. The Beachmaster Group is provided by the Navy, and they do an extensive amount of packs and cargo coming out and from the ships to shore, or from the shore going out to the various ships, which support the MARD contingency here. From Green Beach, we're going to proceed on into the airfield and around the airfield to the east again, and we'll be landing back at LS Red to conclude our tour of Beirut. As you can see, the aircraft located here are extensive cargo and passenger carrying provided by Trans-Mediterranean Airway. Our co-pilot for the day was Charlie Fernino. And your pilot for the day, as I said, was Bob Dennis. Crew chief was Corporal Bill.